I wanted to go to Fiji. When I was a senior in college, I was trying to decide what to do after graduation, and I wanted it to matter. I wanted to serve. I wanted to do something that I cared about. When the Peace Corps recruiter came to campus, I was all in. I heard all about learning, serving, working in partnership with others. And it didn't hurt that the recruiter had been a volunteer in Fiji and showed photos, told stories of what looked pretty much like a paradise. I started my plans for my future. I decided to become a Peace Corps volunteer. Fiji. Little words count. They matter. Little words direct us and explain what we mean, where we are. Go to Fiji, live in Fiji, learn about Fiji. Going back to Bowdoin's first president, Joseph McKean, here we're urged to serve the common good. That sounds simple. Let's do work that helps others, that lifts people up and makes life better. Well, how should we do that? You can find ways to help, learn to fix what is needed, discover opportunities to use your strengths and talents to create, to bring joy, to resolve problems. You could be a doctor or a teacher. You could seek justice in a courtroom, equity through promoting legislation, beauty through art. You could join the Peace Corps. How should each of us figure out our role? How each of us can serve the common good? We can figure this out by looking back through history, above to be inspired, and inside to contemplate, reflect. Back, across, inside, to, with, about. Prepositions are common function words that show the relationship between people, places, and things. Prepositions are those little words that you might use to win Scrabble or start out on Wordle. Above, between, for, through, with, for the common good, with the common good. When I was a French teacher at Mount Ararat Middle School, my 7th and 8th grade students weren't necessarily looking for the common good or even to learn French, but I tried to connect with them. I looked for ways to inspire them. I thought about what might interest them. Did they want to connect with people in foreign lands or maybe their heritage? Did they want to look at learning a language, like learning a secret code and a way to communicate? What would I do to get through to my students? Sometimes those strategies would work. When you're learning a new language, you have to be comfortable being awkward, being uncomfortable. And you will make mistakes, you will flounder. And middle school students especially don't want to do that. And I thought one way to try to help them loosen up and to plunge in and try their French skills would be to do something where I allow myself to be put in an embarrassing, awkward position too. I had gone to a language teacher's workshop where I learned a little song to the tune of Frère Jacques with the French prepositions, and that would be the way to teach and connect with the students. The problem is that I can't sing. I really can't sing. In church, I might mouth the hymn so that I don't ruin the music. I have 5 kids, and I dread the happy birthday song that the mom needs to lead. A lot of bad singing in my life, but I thought this would be a way to connect with my students and show them that I'm willing to make a fool of myself, give it a try. Maybe it will fail. Maybe it will work. Educators will take all sorts of risks to get through to their students. So maybe you knew this too. Sors, sous, dans, devant, derrière, devant, derrière, devant, derrière. Sors, sous, dans, devant, derrière, à côté de. Pretty bad. Thank you, thank you. I would say my French students back then did not applaud, but it stuck. They got it, and they didn't mind having a teacher that could be laughed at. So on, under, in front of, behind, beside. It got through to them. It was something we laughed about for the whole year to come. Here's a non-musical memory that I want to share too with the prepositions, because I was on the bus. In elementary school, I would ride the big yellow school bus with my sister and the neighborhood kids. We would all get on with our book bags and our lunches, maybe a big awkward musical instrument case too, and we would all be on board this cavernous bus with green vinyl seats and lots of body heat as kids were chattering, and we'd be going to school or coming back home, and the windows would fog up. And as any kid would do, the first thing you might do is draw a smiley face or write your name. But what I remember doing on the bus would be curling our fists into our hands into little fists and pressing it against the cold window. And then on top of that little mark, putting 5 little dots. And then another one, and make these little footprints that would go across and look like a baby had walked all over the windows in the school bus. We thought it was great. We were delighted to do that, and that was a sort of foggy window tradition that I remember that moment. I remember how it felt to be on the bus, to be going together with people who were my friends, my sister, and that we were on a purpose. We were going to school, we were learning, or we were going home. We were sharing in that fun. And these connections and memories and the prepositions that connect them, they guide us towards the common good. If we want to think about, we've got on, under the sky. Will you feel guidance from above in a spiritual sense as you're thinking about what you want to do? Outdoors in nature, walking, running, hiking. Will you realize something next week when you experience the eclipse? Some of these are opportunities for us to think about the common good and our role. In class, do you love your con law class? Do you get excited when you design an experiment or create music or refute an argument? Or maybe your middle school French teacher actually got through to you and you love learning about other cultures, architecture, cuisine. Your academic strengths can guide you toward the common good. In front of you, you've got the people of Maine, the community of Brunswick, teachers, mentors, a whole network of Bowdoin alumni who are there ready to inspire you, help you learn about other careers, ways to serve the common good. So many cool examples. Behind, think of history. When you connect with looking at the Assyrian tablets in our art museum, or when you read old chapters or new books that are about a different time, whether you read Demon Copperhead or you read the original Charles Dickens version, these stories help you enter the world of another. And you learn about the common good, maybe to think about a career in writing and telling a story, or maybe just to develop more empathy. With prepositions, beside my favorite preposition, that's the one that helped me the most. I did join the Peace Corps. I still haven't been to Fiji, but I was assigned to a village in Guatemala where I worked with teachers, health educators, community leaders, and neighbors. And Peace Corps, you strive to do work that matters, and you do it in partnership with others beside you. You learn, they learn, together you move forward. In rural schools, I collaborated with teachers to lead activities, classes, games to promote nutrition, good hygiene. One day when I was leaving one of the schools I worked in, I looked over and saw 2 of the students walking along the path ahead of us. And they were bent down, looking at the earth, putting their little fists into the earth, and little dots next to it. They were giggling. And I went over to the students and approached them and sat down beside them and added another footprint there too. It was a connection. It was a moment that I remember so well from my own childhood and from the kids that I connected with in Guatemala. Being together, having fun, moving towards purpose, prepositions, and the common good. Bowdoin asks students to serve the common good, and it's an admirable idea, an inspiration that calls out to us. It's also an intimidating request. Each of us will have a different answer to how to serve the common good. If you don't know yet what that will be for you, tune into the small words of guidance in the situations that surround you, that captivate you. Small steps, short words that show the relationships between people, places, and things. Baby footprints and prepositions will guide you. Thank you.